Hey, Bulls and Bears. Bull, Boom, Bear, Bust. JJ here. Happy Friday. It's Friday, August 26th. Make sure I get the date right. Sometimes I'll say the date, but then I won't put the video out till the next day, and people are like, JJ, you got the date wrong. Well, hopefully this goes out today. Today is Friday. Hope everyone had a good week. Happy Friday. The markets are being crushed right now. The Dow Jones, as I'm recording this, we're still a couple hours from closing, but down over 740 points. All major indexes deep in the red. Will it end up like that? We'll see if the plunge protection team comes to rescue these markets. Why are the markets in such deep red territory? It's because the words that came out of Jerome Powell's mouth indicate that there's going to be more rate hikes. And when the markets hear that easy money may not be there, and markets know and investors know that it's easy money, the Fed behind all this, well, they're going to sell. So now we have selling. We'll just have to see if the Fed comes in and picks up the slack or not. If it were not for the buyer and lender of last resort in the background, these markets would be down by, my estimate is 90-95%, maybe even more. And that's just the way it is. If it wasn't like that, you wouldn't have so many people tuned in to hear what they're talking about. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter what they say, what they're talking about, if that wasn't the main driver of these markets. All right, most of you know this, so let's move on to some other news and some other views. And we're going to talk about what other people are saying out there, what people are expressing as far as what's happening here recently with the cost of living, the debt forgiveness that we see in some areas, the fear of higher taxes and more pressure being put on the people. And let's start right here. Two quarters of negative GDP is a recession. No, wrong, is the best economy in modern history. Remember that. And stop asking so many questions. And stop questioning the authorities. Because they wouldn't lie to us. Why would you think they would lie to us? You need to trust us and accept these numbers as fact. Next, on the topic of inflation, this was in my timeline here recently. A box of cereal, $13.49. Now, that seems like a lot. Just to be fair, it is a big box store. We see the sign there in the background. Seems like a lot for me for a box of cereal, but just to be fair, they are bigger boxes typically in the big box stores. That's why they call them big box stores. And when you open these boxes up, sometimes there's actually 2 bags of cereal. But cut that in half, that's about $6 and some change per bag. And that still seems like a lot to me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Seems like some very expensive cereal. Hopefully it's healthy and worth the extra money that people are paying. And it actually says it right there. If I would just read it, 38 ounces, right? So a good amount of cereal, but still seems pretty expensive to me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Next, this is how some people feel about the student loan debt forgiveness. College student loan debt, right up here, this big guy, very big guy. Could this guy even jump off the top rope? I don't think so. Taxpayers who never went to college, down below. Wait a minute, bro. Why am I paying for this? I didn't even go to college. And this is what some people feel. Some people feel like any sort of debt forgiveness for any certain group of people, college people, people with college loan debt, people think that they're going to be on the hook for that. Technically, if you look at any type of spending that the government does, we really should be on the hook for that. The $31 trillion in national debt, we should be on the hook for that. Could they ever raise taxes enough to ever pay that off? No, it's actually impossible. If they did, the economy would implode even faster than it is now. Right? Imagine if they took from people or raised taxes enough on people to pay off the $31 trillion in debt. You would have zero money to take home because the debt is so enormous. So some people say that it's bad that taxpayers may be on the hook for this forgiveness. Other people say it's impossible to pay it off anyway. Why not just get rid of the debt? All right, so there's mixed opinions on it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments on this. And yeah, I think it's Photoshop. That big guy there, he could never jump that high. Wrestling's real, right? Just like the GDP numbers And just like the unemployment numbers, they're real, right? Isn't the wrestling real where people can land on their head and get pile drived on their head like 20 times and still get up and walk around? It's real, right? Please tell me it's real. And Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, they're real too, right? Please tell me they're real. Right, I joke, I had a friend that I grew up with, and up until we were like 14 years old, he swore up and down, he would argue with me for hours that wrestling, this type of wrestling was real. Not the type of wrestling that they actually wrestle, but jumping off the top rope, the WWE and all this stuff here. They swore to me that it was real, and I had to break it to him. I also told him that movies were not real, that these were actors, and they're really not doing what they look like they're doing because they're actors. Believe it or not, people are actually people out there actually believe this stuff. Probably the same people that believe the economic numbers. All right, next topic. Just another news item that's causing a little bit, just a little bit, of a debate. California is banning the sales of new gas-powered vehicles by 2035. Here's the interesting part. You'll still be able to buy a used gas vehicle, just not any more new vehicles. So it's likely going to drive the cost up even more for gas vehicles. Right? Not anything new. We already have bans that are going to be put in place in the near future for these other types of gas-powered vehicles are just now the next one. So California continues to get crazier. That's what some people say. Other people say this is good because California is the 5th largest economy in the world, even larger than some countries when it comes to the production and GDP that's produced out of California. And remember, a lot of GDP is just people swiping credit cards. But we're also a very large agricultural state. The problem is that's not going to be for long because the drought is going to wipe out a lot of farms here in California. But back to the vehicle ban. This is all part of the push to get people into electric vehicles, and they're saying it's because of the environment. But look how far they're taking it in some other parts of the world. Look what's happening in Australia. And we see this global push to get people into electric vehicles. Look what's happening in Australia. In Australia, some banks will not even give out a car loan if it's a gas combustion vehicle. Only giving out car loans if it's an electric vehicle, right? Pretty crazy, but that's what is happening. Now, speaking of energy bills, take a look at what's happening over in Europe. This is the price per megawatt hour of electricity. Houses are being wiped out. There's going to be millions of blackouts over in Europe. Now, when you first look at it, it kind of looks like a meme stock, like a Bed Bath & Beyond or GameStop or something like that. That's how far and how fast the price is being run up. It looks like some day traders are in there manipulating it. But no, this is not manipulation. Unless you want to consider it manipulation from the electric companies, from the utility companies. This is what's happening, and this is going to be coming to the United States. Hopefully much more slowly. We'll have more time to prepare, but get ready because some of these prices you're going to see are going to knock your socks off if they haven't already. Hope you guys like this report. A little more laid back today. Hopefully threw some comedy into it for you. Either way, please be safe, be well, keep stacking. Thanks for being here. Bye for now, and peace.